Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Opal. Today is the day that the Blue Eyes fans have been waiting for. It is, of course, the advent of Blue Eyes structure deck that just released over here in the OCG tomorrow. For you guys, it will be today. Over here in Asia, a lot of cool Blue Eyes support, a lot of wild combos that are possible with this deck. So, will it live up to the hype is the question, as this box was very hard to get my hands on, even with a pre-order. All right, so jump into it. Yes, as I mentioned, this box, I had a lot of difficulty actually securing two boxes. One box was actually a bit difficult. I managed to somehow get two boxes of this. But yeah, it is, even at the stores that I regularly pre-order from, I messaged them and they were like, hey, yeah, you're a little late. Like, I might have one, went on down. They weren't able to help me out. And I've had to shop around to get more than just this box. I got two. I opened one up earlier in the day just to kind of play around with the deck. And for today, we're checking out this. So again, Advent of Blue Eyes, this structure deck, if you have not seen it, here's the TLDR. A lot of Blue Eyes support. We get a link finally for Blue Eyes that lets you search the field spell, the obligatory look for a field spell, and then put out a Blue Eyes. That's kind of all we really needed. But a lot of cool retrain support as well with Kaiser Seahorse. You also have the Maiden that got reprinted, her on the front, and then we have a new Spirit Ultimate Blue Eyes, which is really sick. And you can get some legendary combos going with this deck, and you can get on some amazing M boards with Dragon Master Magi, which for you guys in the TCG we'll talk about a little bit later, but here in the OCG, really easy to pick up that card. You also got some hand traps in there, so yeah, let's go ahead and check it out, and hopefully we also are able to get ourselves a good bonus pack that is also included in this. So boom, you're gonna start things off, and already we have that Spirit Ultimate Blue Eyes, which is damn sick, damn sick. And we also have the other cards. Hello, can I get in here? Okay, so as you saw there, yep, we have our, I believe it is Legendary Majesty booster pack or something along those lines. I don't know the exact one, so it comes with that. You don't get a playfield, even with the structure decks in the OCG, because, well, at this point, they're like, hey, you could just play on the table. All right, so yeah, here we go. Our first one here is, of course, the Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon, which is hella sick. For the quick version here, it's a 3,500 attack, 4,000 defense, 2 tuners, and plus 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. Your opponent cannot banish cards from the graveyard while this is on. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. When a card effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack until the end of the turn. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 light dragon monster from your graveyard. And this can get wacky. You can bring back a lot of, honestly, really good stuff. You can bring back, again, Blue Eyes Ultimate is going to be in there, depending on your combo. You can get any of the alternatives out. So yeah, a lot of great things coming out of there. Next here, we have ourselves our Maiden of White. So this is the retrain of the Maiden with Eyes of Blue. And you get this like kind of cool overlay effect actually onto the cards, which is kind of sick. I actually really like this. So for this one, this is how you get True Light out onto the board. You're able to send this card to the graveyard from your hand and place a True Light face up on the field and immediately activate it if you wish. If you special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon while this card is in the graveyard, you can also special summon it from the graveyard. And it's the same as the OG. If this card is targeted for an effect or an attack, you can quick effect, special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon or level 1 tuner from your graveyard. You can only use this once per turn as well. But yeah, you get this really nice, it kind of has a nice cool overlay effect, and that's pretty cool. Next one we got here, this is the Neo Kaiser Seahorse. So again, Kaiser Seahorse retrain. If you control a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target 1 light tuner you control and increase and decrease its level by 1. So again, some level manip that can take place there. If this card is sent to the field to the graveyard, you can send 1 Blue Eyes monster or 1 monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the graveyard as well. So it helps you mill those out and get those into the graveyard as a resource. You're only allowed to activate it once per turn. But again, really nice, really good card. Again, a lot of cards in here are one combo cards, given you modify the deck a little bit, and we might go into that a little bit later on. But next we have Prayer with Eyes of Blue. Discard one card and add one level 1 light tuner or one spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. You can't add another version of this, obviously. You can banish this card from your graveyard and then target one of Blue Eyes White Dragon you control and equip a Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck as an equipped spell, which is huge here because it means you can equip Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and then use that as fusion material with the Blue Eyes Fusion or any other kind of Chaos Gate, I believe is the other one that you can use as well. So very, very important. This is a big part of the combo, and you can get it very easily with these other cards that I've mentioned here. So yeah, pretty cool. Next one is Saga of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. Special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard or from that's been removed from play. In defense position, you can only special summon Blue Eyes with this effect if you do not control it. So you cannot get two Blue Eyes White Dragons out onto the field. That's kind of important. It's for Indigo, that they don't want you cheesing out Indigo very easily, I guess is the main reason there. You can also not summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Dragon Monsters. That's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to be, special summoning a bunch of Blue Eyes support anyway. It's not too crazy. You can banish this card from your graveyard and then fusion summon a monster from your extra deck using monsters on the hand or the field, including a Blue Eyes monster. So that's, again, you can use that Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. If you have a Chaos monster in your hand, boom, you get Dragon Master Baggy out. Very great, very good card. A lot of nice ways to get the cards out. Next one is Majesty with Dragons of White. Show up to 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand face up on the field or graveyard and then destroy that many cards your opponents control. You can banish this from your graveyard to ritual summon one monster from your hand by tributing Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand or field whose total levels equal the level of that ritual monster. So this is how you get Chaos Max out in the deck. This is also how you get Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon as well. So yeah, again, a good all-around, a lot of cards that Blue Eyes needed because there wasn't a lot of graveyard activation with trap cards. There wasn't a lot of combo pieces that you could kind of pop off to. So again, really good for Blue Eyes. Let's actually get into the main deck here though. And of course, we got Blue Eyes White Dragon in the 3 different artworks, but none of the OG anime. So you got the movie, you got the tablet, and then of course that you have that LOB, the original. So interesting they've gone with that. I felt like you could have gone with the anime one, but for some reason with the structure decks, they really don't like doing that. We got a Blue Eyes alternative. We also have Jet in here. We have Abyss. So again, one of the only cards with the Blue Eyes that are acting as bricks in this deck. Again, can go into a little bit later of what you can take out and what you can fix around with this deck. But again, once you get 2 or maybe 3 copies of this deck, you can make a very competitive Blue Eyes deck. Then we get into our Dragon Spirit of White. Like I mentioned, Chaos Max, and then Chaos Dragon itself. We have White Stone of Legend. So again, a lot of the cards there you might be used to with the Saga of Blue Eyes, which doesn't shock me because again, Saga of Blue Eyes was one of the best card structure decks that ever came out in terms of what Konami saw in their returns. Again, it sold very well. It was a very good deck for nostalgia purposes. It wasn't like an amazing deck for actual play. I know that firsthand when I tried to play with it. It always bricked. It felt really bad. But yeah, Sage of Eyes Blue, you have 3 of them in the deck, which is relatively important. Again, another card you can 1 card combo off with another card in your hand. Same with Maiden. You can get a lot of value with it. Dictator of D. Then we get into some of the more classics, kind of more, staples that you're going to be playing in hand traps and Nibiru's in here. Ash. So the one thing I will say, this deck does suffer a bit from Ash. If you get Ash, this deck dies pretty fast. It can really lock up your deck and pretty much kill your turn. Because again, you have a lot of cards coming in from the deck to your hand, as well as graveyard. So I believe Ghost Ogre is another one that's really good. Other though, like Imperm, you can kind of play through Imperm, which is pretty nice. Of course, Max C2, that's the other one you have to consider. You can also play through Effect Failure, apparently very well. Get into the magic cards. Of course, we have Chaos Form, which again, There's so many ways to cheat out the ritual monsters. I'm shocked Chaos Form is even really in here. Then we have Blue Eyes Fusion. We get 2 of them. Quick play, very important. Can you use that on your opponent's turn? Melody of Awakening Dragon, not super important, but we do have Mausoleum of White as a reprint here. It's the field spell for Blue Eyes. You kind of need it. And we'll go into why you need it here quite shortly. We have Burst Stream, 2 trade-ins if you want to get yourself some draw power. Call from the Dead, and it's got True Light here. Maybe you want to add 1 True Light, possibly. You could. Again, you might brick on it, so I'd be careful. You need only 1 in the deck, but if you lose that, it's going to hurt you quite a bit. And then we have Ultimate Creature of Destruction, I believe, which as a trap. Destined Rivals also as a reprint here, which is pretty cool. Really like this artwork too. It kind of looks pretty sick. And then we have Imperm as well. And let's get into now the extra deck. So this is the other new Blue Eyes support that came out, and it's Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. 2 level 8 dragon monsters cannot directly attack unless it has normal monster as a material. So you need to use a Blue Eyes White Dragon if you want to be able to attack with this card. But it is important because, again, you can only use this effect 1 per turn. If it is Xyz summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. If it resolves and lands onto the field, very important. You can detach 1 material from this card and then target 1 normal monster in your graveyard or that's been removed from play. Special summon, and if you do, it gains 1,000 attack. So again, if you got that other Blue Eyes in the graveyard or removed from play, you have the Blue Eyes attached as material here. Boom, take it out, bring it back. It can now have 4,000 attack, which is really awesome. And then with this, you'll be able to wipe games. So again, a lot of OTKs that are available to this deck. And then I mentioned this one. This is the important one. This is the new Link, Spirit with Eyes of Blue. This is the Link that searches for the field spell, and that is literally the only reason it makes it popular. It does actually have just an auto, you bring a Blue Eyes out, which is also pretty important, but let's go over it. Again, you're looking for a level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster. You can only use the effect once per turn. If it is Link summoned, you can then take 1 Mausoleum White from your deck or either to add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. It's your choice. You can tribute this one and bring out a Blue Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. But if you special summon an effect monster from the graveyard, it cannot attack, and also its effects are negated. So that's relatively important. You're going to be trying to bring out the OG vanilla Blue Eyes here. That's rather kind of the TLDR here. You got yourself a Blue Eyes Ultimate, like I mentioned. We also have Neo's Ultimate. We also have Twin-Headed as well, and Tyrant. So a lot of different options when it comes to your Blue Eyes fusions. But again, a lot of people, you're going to be running Ultimate directly into Magia, which is kind of the main one you want to run with. It's easy to get back out onto the field, and that will be your lockdown if you're looking to power up this deck. Then, of course, we have a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon as a synchro. Then we have Azure, which again, you can cap out your board. And then we also have Heavenly. So again, a lot of different options for this deck. The extra deck is a little bit, I would say, weak in some capacity. You could swap out some things in the extra deck. You could put in like an Ancient Fairy Dragon. Crimson Dragon's also pretty popular. Excel Synchro Dragon as well, Stardust. There's a lot of just good synchros that you can just throw into the deck that are a little bit more important. I actually haven't seen a lot of people running Indigo Dragon a whole lot from what I saw at the games today. Again, there were some shops, some players playing the deck casually, and we saw already adjustments coming out toward the deck, which was really cool to see, actually. So yeah, again, really awesome. But of course, we still have this final pack. So in this pack, we're going to get ourselves 5 cards. 4 of them will be super rares. 1 of them will be a secret rare, and there is also a chance it could be a quarter secret century rare. So if you're wanting to get the copy of Maiden as a QCSR, this is pretty much the only way you can get it, which is why I think tomorrow we'll start to see the prices. It's probably going to be like a $60 to $100 card at the meanwhile. So again, our super is going to be Spears with Eyes of Blue. Really cool. Oh, nice. We got ourselves a Neo Seahorse, which is cool. We got Spirit again. Very nice. We got an Indigo as our super, and our final one, we did not get a QCSR, is going to be, ooh, Majesty though. That's pretty sick as a secret rare as well. So very, very nice. So yeah, as mentioned here, lots of opportunity for one card combos that can get you to some really insane end boards by just adjusting. Again, if you get Maiden's usually going to be a one card combo. Spirit is not a one card combo, but if you do pick it up, it can kickstart your combo very well. Your other ones that you're going to be looking out for is Neo, which is pretty big. So honestly, you're looking at these two as your main starters, as well as Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Not Maiden with Eyes of Blue, Sage with Eyes of Blue, if I recall. I keep getting my names mixed up there because again, got too many things. Where is that? Ah, there it is. So yeah, again, any of these 3 card will 1 card combo you to an M board. It's a 1.5 card combo. You need 1 to discard. So again, if you're able to get past the Ash or an Imperm, which again, if you draw 2 of these, especially, and if you're running, again, I believe there's something like if you max out the play sets for the 1 card costs here, you can pretty much play 13 1 card starters, which is insane. This deck is very overloaded, which again, I think is very on brand for Konami, to be very honest. It feels very intentional that this happens to come out right before the World Championship. So don't be surprised if during the World Championship you see this announced for English. Again, based on how Saga Blue Eyes went, it only makes sense for them to put this out in English as well. So yeah, don't be shocked. But also know that if this does get printed in English, you can almost guarantee that you will see a Dragon Master Magia reprint. There has to be, because again, if that is the only copy of the card in the TCG as Battle of Legends, that card will go for literally thousands of dollars, because it is actually really good in this deck if you can get it to the M board. Again, 3 different negates, and it's damn easy now to get out because there is pretty much direct support in this deck. You honestly, if you're in OCG land, you can do what I do and just go over to your bulk pile that you probably got from the Quarter Century Duelist box, like here, and just play an ultra rare of the card, and it literally costs you like $4. So again, you'll see this get incorporated pretty easily into the deck. I will have links below. There's a couple of really good deck profiles people have already made for this deck that I suggest checking out that have been played over on Sim. But yeah, that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like as well as subscribe to the channel if you're just new here. Again, we do pretty much anything that's OCG related. I usually am able to get day of, possibly day before. Sometimes we get lucky. Where yeah, we'll crack open those boxes and we get to see exactly what's coming out here over in the OCG, as well as Asia English. And yeah, leave your thoughts below. You know, if you're a Blue Eyes fan, are you looking forward to seeing this come out over for you guys in NA? I know I would be. I played Saga Blue Eyes deck for a very long time, even though I was a absolute noob with it. But yeah, this deck is kind of insane. So I'm interested to see exactly how far it can go once it actually starts rolling and people start finding out other combos. Because again, the 1 card combos are just like the beginning. This is day 1 card combos, and it just pops off immediately. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.